Hello friends, welcome to Meeran YouTube channel. I didn't post a video for a long time as I was having some trainings as well as some races in between. So here I am again to post another video, and in this video I'll be talking about anaerobic training, or you can say interval training, and what are the benefits of interval training and how we have to do it and how it helps you run faster during your long distance run. So in this video I'll be doing a 400 meters run into 10 sessions. So it will be 4,000 meters, but I'll be taking rest for if I'm running 400 meters in 80 seconds, then my rest will be 40 seconds, and I'll be repeating that for 10 times. So why we do this kind of interval training is because when there are two aspects in long distance running or any middle distance running. One is the anaerobic training and the other one is the aerobic training. So the longer the distance that you run, that is for the aerobic training, and this is for the anaerobic fitness. So if you see a middle distance runner, say 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers running, he will be focusing majorly in this aspect because it gives speed. But when you talk about the long distance run, like a half marathon or a full marathon, you have to focus majorly on the aerobic sessions, that is running as long as possible. So that increases your aerobic capacity. But when you want to finish or when you start a marathon, anyone tries to start faster and end faster. So this part of the anaerobic training helps you to run faster and cross the finish line. So today I'm gonna run 400 meters in 80 seconds. So after I finish, I'll be taking a 40 seconds break before I start my next interval. Okay, let me try it out. I was able to clock 81 seconds in this lap. I'll be taking a 40 seconds break, then I'll repeat that for 10 cycles. So why do we do this anaerobic training? When you do this anaerobic training, your body doesn't have, your cells or muscles doesn't have enough oxygen, and it's in an oxygen demand, and it loses all the energy. Then when you take rest, you gasp the oxygen again, and in the next interval your body uses up the energy that is being stored. So it's like a constant supply kind of a chain. So it increases the anaerobic capacity. But in the other case, in the aerobic training, what the body does, it has an ample amount of oxygen, and you keep on taking oxygen, and you don't actually deplete the oxygen source that is there in the muscles. So that is the difference between anaerobic and aerobic training. So how do we do this anaerobic training? There are two ways in which you can do that. One is you can run a shorter distance with a very minimal break, or a long distance, long in the sense a longer session, say 1,600 meters or 1,200 meters with a longer break. So for today I'm doing 400 meters in 80 seconds, and I'm taking a break of 40 seconds. But if you want to do the 1,200 meters or 1,600 meters, you have to clock. If you're clocking 1,600 meters in 360 seconds, then your break should be 180 seconds. So usually what pro athletes do is that they repeat this cycle 10 to 12 times or maybe 15 times based on the nearby races. If they have the race nearby, they tend to increase the speed. But usually what would I say for a beginner or an amateur is that you start with 400 meters. So it's better you start with 400 meters because you will not feel the fatigue that happens during this anaerobic training. Remember, anaerobic training is going to be hard, and it's going to test your patience and test your love towards this sport. I finished another 400 meters. Okay, it was hard today, because I'm doing an anaerobic session after a very long time. So I have another 2 rounds to go. Okay, so the next question is, when should I do it? Should I have to do it in a regular succession, or should I have to do once in a week? Okay, the answer to that question is, if you are a beginner, try to do it like every once in 10 days. But if you are an amateur who wants to run faster, or who wants to actually have a good speed when you run your long distance, try to do it like once in a week. Usually most of the pro athletes, Tuesday it's going to be their anaerobic session. So yeah, even I do that on Tuesdays. So if you're an amateur, try to start like don't be hard on yourself. Try to because you will easily lose your interest towards doing this anaerobic training. So try not to do that. Try not to push yourself in the first when you're doing this anaerobic training for the first time. So once in every 10 days, try to do like 400 400 meters for 10 cycles, and don't just go to like 800 into 10 cycles in the next repetition, like, or the next week. Try to do the same, like 400 into 10 cycles in the next week. So once you feel comfortable with that 400 meters and 10 cycles, then switch on to like 600 meters, then do 800. So try to increase that way, so that your body will get accommodated to the anaerobic training that you're going to do. So the next question would be like, what should I focus on when I'm doing my anaerobic training or the interval training? The main focus is going to be speed here. You have to be faster, and remember, you don't push yourself. Like say for the first 400 meters, if I'm doing it 80 seconds or 85 seconds, try to maintain the same till your last cycle. So that is the key here. If you lose interest in like if your body is tired during your fifth cycle, try not to stop, but just keep going till the last cycle, because your body is trying to adapt to the speed that you're going to put into your legs. So the muscles will eventually need a lot of oxygen supply, and you don't have to stop. When you fix it's going to be 10 cycles today, don't stop it. Try to finish those 10 cycles.